And welcome back to more Sonic Colors. So last time we started making our way through Sweet Mountain, and this time we're continuing to do so with Act 5. I'm gonna be honest, now that I'm listening to it more, I actually think Sweet Mountain is one of my least favorite level themes. It's not bad, but it feels like it pales in comparison to what we're about to hear pretty soon. So here we have a bunch of floating blue cubes that we can't interact with yet. This game is definitely trying to encourage replay value, because as is, it's not that long. You've seen how short these levels are. That shouldn't be too surprising if the pace keeps up. That the overall pacing is pretty fast, and in a way, it actually kind of justifies the comment made about Unleashed. Unleashed was as long as it was because they thought to include the Werehog to make the game longer and more worth full price. Technically, this game would not be full price because Wii games were never full price. Wii games were always 50 at most. So this was slightly actually cheaper than Unleashed, even though it was technically full price as far as Wii games go. So I think actually, on a technicality, Unleashed might be the last 3D Sonic game at $60, because I'm pretty sure Generations was 50 at launch. That's kind of weird to think about, actually. I also don't know where I'm going, by the way. So that's concerning. Let's just boost and see what happens. Okay, that worked. Not intended, I'm sure. You're supposed to use a different wisp that we do not have access to. But that works. And it kind of feels like that's a very true statement, actually. Actually, no, Sonic Unleashed might have been... Not Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Lost World might have been 60 at launch. I did not play it at launch, so I would not know. These are really finicky, by the way. This is probably one of my least favorite levels, because of just how off these little swinging lollipops are. It's like, it doesn't feel like there's a rhyme or reason to what works and what doesn't sometimes. Like, is it the height of it? Is it like, as it's swinging up? It doesn't feel like it works most of the time. Also, you have spikes, because of course you do. It kind of feels like it's, like, the earlier you can release it, the better, because it gives less time to act up. Yeah, this is probably one of the more frustrating levels. But yeah, with the double jump, it's not horrible for platforming. But yeah, double jump is definitely a worthwhile tool to use, and yeah, definitely try to release from those as soon as possible. Also, one thing worth noting is this is actually one of the only Sonic games in the modern era to not be on PC. It's Wii exclusive for this version. At least at the time of recording. That might change, of course. It kind of would benefit from a PC version, actually. There's the life. That was easy. Alright, so Act 6. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea if they ever remade this game to, like, take basically parts of certain short acts and make them one longer act. Maybe, like, go up to, like, 4 acts in a boss instead of 6 in a boss. Because of just how really short some of these are. Like, if I didn't screw up that lollipop jump so much, that would not have taken, like, 3 minutes. We have more of these blue cubes that we can't do anything with yet. We have 19 lives. Yeah, I feel like I don't need too many lives. I also will note that the homing attack and the double jump being mapped to A is a little weird, because you can often do the wrong attack. You can often double jump when you mean to homing attack, or vice versa. Like, see, that was under a minute. That could easily have been thrown into the previous stage. Just, like, have a transition area, and you could have, like, one, like, 4 to 5 minute stage instead of a really long stage and a really short stage. But with that, all that's left is the boss of Sweet Mountain.
If I was an alien in need of saving, where would I be? Experience has taught me to investigate anything that glows. Experience has also taught me that the best way to solve problems is to kick robot butt.
Visitors are cautioned to avoid eating, petting, or soothing any alien.
Excuse me, giant killer robot? You want to do this the hard way or the easy way? Somehow I knew you'd say that. Let's dance.
I think the best way to actually describe the writing, even in terms of another Sonic work, is there were two cartoons around the same time. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and one just called Sonic the Hedgehog that people refer to as Sad AM, or Saturday Morning. Sad AM was a bit more serious from what I've heard. I've actually never seen much of either. But I've heard people say Sad AM is a little bit lighter. Not that, the other way around. Basically, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is a bit lighter, and Sad AM is a little bit campier and more, you know, cartoony. That's why I find it confusing, because people always talk about, you know, Saturday morning cartoon, and yet Sad AM is actually the serious one, and the one that would not indicate that it's a Saturday morning cartoon is actually the serious one. I feel like I keep saying this backwards, but like Unleashed was more like Sad AM and being a little bit heavier, a little bit more dramatic, having higher stakes, while this game is more like Adventures of, where it's like really goofy and silly, and like I feel like both are like valid tones for Sonic. It's just kind of down to preference. I tend to prefer the slightly more serious stories, maybe because I grew up with adventure. I kind of prefer the adventure style. By the way, I think that's it for the boss. Yeah, that's actually a longer fight because you have an intermediate phase, so you can't just immediately break everything. You do want to collect rings for a ring bonus for a score. Again, not too concerned with S ranks, but might as well try. That's not a good start. Yeah, that's not unexpected. That's kind of a slow fight. I definitely could have done that a lot better, to be honest. Not optimal. There it is.
Hey, Tails, you missed the BBBE.
Huh?
Best boss beating ever. So, has Yacker given you any more information, or limericks, or whatever it is he's spouting?
Well, first, remember, this translation stuff isn't 100%.
Trust me, I remember.
So anyway, these aliens are made up of a really powerful energy source called hyper-go-ons. It's inside of them.
Like a battery?
No. Well, sort of. It's their life source. You only got a taste of it. Look at what happened. Battery is sort of an understatement. Funny thing, it was first translating as horrible body odor. Anyway, it seems an evil man, and you might know him, who they call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy Nosehair? That's the best thing I've heard all day. I gotta remember that one.
I know, I've already written it down. Anyway, he's draining them of their power, all their power, and using it for an evil aquatic mammal? An evil dolphin? No, a porpoise. Oh, an evil purpose.
That's good intel. Keep working on it.
Hey, where are you going?
To find Baldy McNosehair, of course. I'm totally calling him McNosehair.
Next up,
I like how the nickname is Baldy Nosehair, but Sonic adds the McNosehair part to it for some reason. Anyway, next world. Alright, this is pretty, and looks like we have a new wisp to find as well. Starlight Carnival Act 1 starts upside down. This is very automated, which is kind of a shame because this is visually is probably one of the best levels. Musically, probably one of the best levels. Gameplay-wise, I don't even have to hold the direction. Sonic's just running on his own. Now I have to do something. I'm pretty sure actually you go slightly faster if you hold up, but oh well. Just have to dodge the lasers, like so. Collect rings, because why not? This level is also in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, and looks really pretty there because it's in HD, going back to the whole PC discussion earlier, how this game really needs a PC port. It would be nice to see this game like bumped up to like 4K, now that Sega's actually kind of starting to do more PC ports. I don't know if it's actually Sega who's doing more PC ports, or Atlas specifically. Either way, there needs to be more Sonic PC ports. There's actually an old PC version of Heroes that people were kind of lobbying to re-release on Steam. I'm not sure how finished it was, but because I've heard the PC version of Heroes is actually an earlier build than the console versions, but still, for the sake of game preservation, I would love a Steam re-release of Heroes, like bumped up to like 1080p and whatnot, widescreen and so on. We can hold B to dash faster, really fast actually, and more automated running. It looks spectacular. I just wish you had more to do. Oh look, more to do! You have these little motobugs that we can bump into to take out, like so. You also get a quick step bonus, so you can also just keep quick stepping back and forth to rack up a lot of points really easily. There's also a red ring there. But yeah, this game definitely does have more of an emphasis on replay value rather than pure length, which I actually think is not a bad way to go about it. Some of my favorite games are really short. Super Mario Bros. 3 is a good example. It's just an easy game to just play for a couple hours and finish. Low commitment. It's better than something like Skyrim or Breath of the Wild, where you have to basically play for hundreds of hours if you want to complete it a second time. So yeah, having a very focused adventure like this is actually kind of nice. Could I stand to have slightly longer stages? Yeah, that would be kind of nice. We have these little launching platforms here. I don't know where we are. The little egg ponds also are based on Sonic Heroes, by the way. Nice segue. I kind of like the designs in Heroes. Probably the best, because they feel the most, what's the word? They fit the universe the best, I think. I like the Unleashed and even the 06 egg pond designs, but they look kinda not Sonic-like. For lack of a better term. This was a mistake. You're supposed to stop, by the way. I forgot to stop at any point while boosting. So that was my mistake. Hey, it worked. You have a little shortcut here you can take by using the Cube Wisp. By the way, the Cube, not the Cube, the Wisp voices that are shouted whenever you use a Wisp are actually voiced by the actor who voices Sonic in this game, Roger Craig Smith, who is also known for roles such as Ezio from Assassin's Creed and Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. Tails is voiced by Kate Higgins, who is known for voicing Pauline in Super Mario Odyssey, and also singing the song. I think both songs, actually. Anyway, that's the end of the stage. And also Eggman is still Mike Pollock. He didn't change. Everyone else was recast except him. I'm kind of weirded out by that because I'm not like... It's like, Eggman's voice is really good, so I'm glad his voice has never been replaced, but it is weird to replace everyone else, though. Alright, cube wisps everywhere, including Sweet Mountain, because there was one place that they would definitely be useful in. There's also another wisp over there, but next up is Act 2. This game is weird. It's like... It's sort of like a 3D Sonic game that's almost... I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but almost like it's afraid to be a 3D Sonic game in some ways, and honestly with Sonic's reception, I can't even be too surprised. It kind of feels like they have 3D sections, but the emphasis almost sometimes feels like it's on the 2D parts. Also, by the way, you can use Cube to speed this whole process up, I forgot. Like so. It's definitely fun. I still like this game a lot, and replaying it has actually been pretty enjoyable so far. But it definitely is a little bit oddly structured. Unleashed is definitely more 3D than this, basically. Even though I think this game has some things over Unleashed, actually, mainly when it comes to consistency. I think this game is actually a lot better. Unleashed, I find just very hit or miss. As much as I really like the highs of Unleashed, you have a few stages that do drag on longer than they need to. While this game has the opposite problem, stages that you wish were a little bit longer, like that. We might even have time for another stage. I don't know what's next, but if it's the stage I think it is, we might. Can we finish a stage in 2.5 minutes? Probably. What stage is this? I do find that stage is... Oh, it's the one I thought it would be. So there's this little spring platform. Honestly, you can kind of ignore it, unless you're going for red rings and collectibles. Basically, it moves faster depending on your speed, so it's not a bad idea to kind of outpace it, to try to get it to move faster. Again, very 2D and platforming heavy. Not horrible, though. Weirdly enough, on my first playthrough of this game, I actually really hated how precise the platforming was, and I sold the game. Like, straight up, I sold the game. But then I rebought it years later. I think it was actually because I wanted to do a Let's Play someday, even though that was like 4 years ago that I actually rebought the game. So I ended up enjoying it a lot more. So this is like my 4th playthrough. I've done 2 playthroughs, I think, on my original copy, and like 2 playthroughs on... No, I've actually done 2 playthroughs on this copy already, because I did a stream playthrough a while ago. So this is like my 3rd playthrough. So I've played this game like... This will be my like 5th playthrough, which isn't bad. This stage is just tedious, to be honest, because you're just waiting. It's like the Rainbow Ride of Sonic levels, where you're just kind of hanging out, waiting to progress with the level, basically. I actually like Rainbow Ride as a level, but it definitely has a lot of just sitting around waiting for the magic carpet and so on. Alright, what did we get? B, not terrible. Still a B. And with that, I think we are going to wrap things up here for now. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Colors.